You do.
Welcome, everybody, to this public meeting. The public meeting this evening is being held under the Building Code Act and the Ontario Building Code and involves changes to the building permit fees. This public meeting is a separate item from tonight's regular council meeting. Procedure for the public meeting will be as follows. One, to start, the chief building official will confirm how notice was given for the fee changes, then outline the proposed changes to permit fees, and summarize any comments received today. Two, after hearing from the CBO, the meeting will open to anyone who may have registered a request with the clerk to attend this meeting to address council. I would ask that any persons wishing to speak on this matter to please give your full name and street address for the record. Once everyone wanting to speak has heard, the public meeting has been heard, then the public meeting will be closed. All questions should be directed to myself as chair. I will now ask the CBO to advise how notice was given, to outline the fee changes, and advise of any comments received. Karen?
So we gave notice on the February 12th meeting, and that was for the 21 days mandatory notice on fee changes in the building code. And we also advertised on our website and on Facebook. So far, we have not received any comments based on that meeting or since then. And this basically came around because of the large agricultural buildings that are coming into the area. But we also did a review of the fee changes or fees from other municipalities, and we're a little bit behind, so we updated them minimally, really. We added a few here and there. The compliance letter currently has a fee of $100 when they request somebody's selling a house and they want to discover anything going on with the house, if there's any open permits or orders or anything. So we are not changing that, but the fast track compliance letter is going to go up to $150. And that's if they want the information within 48 hours, usually a real estate agent or a lawyer or something like that. For the agricultural buildings, it's 25 cents a square foot up to a maximum of $750. This is where we ran into some issues. So we're going to allow 20,000 square feet for that $750 fee. And after that, we're going to 5 cents a square foot, which would bring a 20,001 square foot building up to $1,000.05, going up incrementally after that. A few other ones are alternative solutions. That was not in our fee schedule before. And this is something that's not normal, not in the building code. If there's something, a new product or something that is going to be proposed, there's a lot of research to be done, and somebody's going to have to do peer review. So, and then of course, by accepting it, we're taking responsibility for this out of the norm solution. So we have a fee for $1,000. And if there's any third party reviews, that will be charged back to the person applying. We've also added a fee for inspections requested after 2 years of opening a permit. A long time ago, back on the last fee increase, we added a $500 deposit fee that you would get that back if you closed your permit within 2 years. This is for a new house only. And it's proven to be either beneficial to us financially if they don't close it, or then they're actually closing their permit. So we're getting files closed. So we've got that fee that is going to be after the 2 years from the date of permit issuance. It's going to be a $250 fee instead of a $95 fee, which is for any additional inspections kind of thing. We're going to charge $100 for orders issued under the act, whereas before we didn't charge anything. And hopefully that'll be enough to cover time and costs related to that. Somehow tents were not on the fee schedule, even though they were somewhere in there, but they weren't on the actual schedule. So we're just adding that to the fees and charges bylaw. And for increases, we've gone for re-inspections and replans examinations from $85 to $95, which is the minimum fee anyways. Pool permits have gone up from 75 to 95, same as wood stoves, and miscellaneous inspections have gone from 85 to 95. And there have been no comments received regarding the changes to the building permit fees, which will now be part of the fees and charges bylaw. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you. I'll now open the floor for any public comments. Any public comments going once? Going twice? Any public comments going 3 times? We will now close this public meeting. Thank you. Okay, well, we'll start our regular meeting. Excuse me. Call the meeting to order. And first thing on the agenda is the land acknowledgement statement. So I don't know who wants to tackle that, either the deputy or, okay, Councilor Bowman.
I missed last week, so Augusta Township acknowledges that we live and work on ancestral territories of Indigenous people. The township recognizes all Indigenous peoples and honors their past, present, and future. The township values and respects their culture, heritage, and relationship to the land.
Thank you. Okay, mayor's remarks. First of all, for those at council and some of the staff that went to the GFA dinner, thought it was a nice time, good event, so good crowd, 197 people, so it was great, yeah, good outing, so thank you for that. Next, Karen was had an accident, sprained her ankle. My granddaughter did, just at Christmas time, the very same foot and everything else. Doctor told her 6 weeks. She took a boot off at 2 weeks, and he gave her this, and she had to wear the boot for 6 weeks. So I tell you that, after 2 weeks, you may not think you need it, but you do need it, because doctors know you have to leave off for 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know, I'm ready to.
And they're hot, and they're sweaty, and everything else. Anyway, we want you to take care.
Thank you.
Next, I went to the Limerick Forest Open House. We had about 248 people. If you remember, it was a mild day, muddy day. So they had 3 horse wagons. I went through, I think it was 3.5 kilometer little trail at Limerick Forest. Everybody had a good time. It was just, normally at this time of year, it's in snow, so it makes it, and it's cooler, but the kids didn't mind the mud puddles at all, believe me, so anyway, it was a good outing. And past years, it goes to 500 to 600 people come to that event. I had the opportunity to go to Wellington School last week, grade 5 and 6 did Black History Month. And what they did is they had, they made portraits, big portraits out of Lego blocks. Important people of Black history, like Jackie Robinson, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr. And they were really nice, really surprised. And the kids had to say something with each portrait. So it was really fun. So anyway, the Mayor Shanker, basically joined with me, and anyway, it was a good, we spent about an hour there. So then I went home and washed my hands for any germs or anything from being in the school. So we had a planning department, along with the secondary dwellings and tiny homes. And that was held at the Maitland Fire Hall last week. We had approximately 50 people there. Good session. I think a lot of people got their questions answered. So I think the staff from Edwards Ricardo, Prescott, and Augusta did a good job there. So it was well respected, and everybody took home information. So I want to thank CAO for the chairs, the nice chairs. My touche has to get used to this one, but anyway, it's been a long time coming, you know, and we're just glad to have new chairs. And also for the poster, it's been here for a couple of weeks now. I think I mentioned last time, Vicki did a great job on that. So they're having that at our mayor's breakfast and the show. So
A special shout out to our manager of Parks Recreation for these chairs. So
oh,
she did all the work. She did all the work.
great. And the last thing, I was on the radio this morning for about 5 minutes. I wasn't my finest. But anyway, if you got a chance, just go to Bruce Wiley and listen to it there. So, anyway, he calls me about once a month. And I go through things with him, so. Okay, let's go on to approval of the agenda. So moved by Deputy Mayor Winans, seconded by Councillor Pape, be resolved the agenda for March 11, 2024 be adopted. Does anybody have any additions or changes? You want to add that resolution in? Do we have to?
Yeah, we can, as amended to, sure, include that.
Yes.
Yeah, just as amended.
So you all got a resolution that the clerk handed you. So be it resolved the agenda for March 11, 2024 be adopted as amended. Correct? So, and hear from anybody? No? I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Moved by Councillor Page, seconded by Deputy Mayor Winans, be it resolved that council approve the minutes of the February 21st, 2024 and February 26th, 2024 council meetings as distributed to all members. Does anybody have any comments on the minutes or changes or? I see nothing. I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Disclosure of pecuniary interest, the general nature thereof. Does anybody have anything to report? Can't see nothing. Business arising from the minutes, anyone? No? Okay. Any delegations, presentations? I see none. And correspondence and petitions, do we have any? No? Okay, we'll go on to reports. So, as far as counties goes, we had a joint services meeting. It went, one of the topics was Indwell, the homelessness project, so we discussed that. Went into a lot of long discussions. The agenda was quite long, therefore, we get to have another joint services meeting this Wednesday. We went on the committee of the whole. Again, they loaded the agenda, and we didn't finish that, and we get to have another committee of the whole meeting this Wednesday. I think it was a matter of staff getting back at us for the budget, so. Anyway, we're back in counties this Wednesday. Both committees ran at a time to be carried on this Wednesday. All right, South Nation and Rideau Valley Conservation Authority, Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, South Nation, their AGM is coming up March 21st, and council is invited to attend. I think they sent an invitation out to staff as well. And I'm up for vice chair, so I've been nominated for it.
Okay, good. I'm busy that, they did send an invite, but that's something else. I think it's a council meeting or something on that, so. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay, recreation, wants to take first stab? Nobody?
No.
All right, Councilor Pate?
You go first. Yeah, you go first. Yours will be quiet.
Just to say, we have a meeting with Recreation in Roebuck tomorrow evening. Myself, CAO, and our rec coordinator will be there.
Okay. And
Okay, and North Augusta last rec meeting was quite vocal. We had a couple of members. They weren't part of the rec committee, but they were members from North Augusta, and they were they kind of attacked Shannon and Kathleen because of the tax increase and because we lost the funding for North Augusta. So it wasn't really fair to Kathleen or Shannon because like, it's not their fault. They try to do their best. But of course, when something doesn't go the way you want, you gotta blame somebody. And that's kind of the way they did it. So it was nothing actually on you, Kathleen, or on you, Shannon, but it's just the group was upset. Understandably so, because they did not get their funding and they're not gonna get what the jewel that North Augusta wanted, but, yeah, we'll work on it for the future.
Just to know that to all councillors, when it comes to tax increases, staff should not take any, if it's out here in the hall or anywhere. It's us. Each of us signed off on that. So we step up. If you see somebody out there complaining about taxes or whatever, you know, the tax increase or whatever, you jump in there. I'm telling you to, you know. Staff should not take that sort of a punishment, and I won't allow it. And it doesn't matter if you're outside or in a meeting elsewhere. Tell the person, don't talk to staff, you talk to me. I'm your representative, okay? So anyway, just so we're clear on that. All right, CAO, or you had, and Kathleen, you guys have anything to add? No?
I don't think at this time, I think.
Oh, no, okay, good. Very good. Library board.
If your worship, I have nothing. I'll have recreation and library at our next meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Economic Development and Tourism Committee, we had a meeting, didn't we, I think? Or did we?
Through your worship.
I have so many meetings, you gotta tell me.
We did have a meeting. It
Okay.
wasn't very long. They're still working on the makers map. They were going to have a subcommittee meeting on that as well as I'm trying to remember the name of that. First impressions. And just a reminder, the registration ends this Thursday for the mayor's breakfast, which is March 22nd.
Okay, thank you. PAC Committee, Planning Committee, Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, we had a couple of severances and this came about because of the area ag review. They were in ag land and then they were taken out and they thought, well, maybe they get put back in again. So then they're applying for 2 severances now to get ahead of that. And then we had 1 lot addition and that was it.
Okay. Administration, CAO?
Yeah, nothing to update, Mayor.
Okay, we'll go on to Administration and Finance, the staff reports, moved by Deputy Mayor Winans, seconded by Councillor Pate. Be resolved, the council received report 2024-028 for information, and the council adopt fees and charges bylaw. So I know we just went through the public meeting, but now's your chance to question or anything on the fees and bylaws if you wish. Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, one thing that I didn't see in this, Karen, I didn't see a timeline. And maybe we should have one there that it should be reviewed every so many years, whether every term of council, because a lot of it's supposed to be cost recovery. As costs go up, our fees don't go up. So,
You're gonna see that in the fees and charges bylaw. There are no more fees in the building bylaw. It's because it's become part of the fees and charges bylaw, and that is going to be based on the inflation rates and looked at on an annual basis.
okay, so they'll
And
go on an annual basis.
Yeah, go on an annual basis unless it's so minimal that it's not worthwhile changing everything. And then we'll take the new fee and add it onto the next year's one to just keep going that way.
We're just reading the bylaw here. It will be reviewed every term.
Every term.
Right, so every new council comes in, we'll review it. Yeah. Right,
Your worship, just further to Karen's annually, the fees will go up based on the CPI increases, adjustments. Unless she's saying it'll be so minimal that we'll just not do it, but it'll be up to the nearest dollar based on the CPI every year. So if it's 0, then we won't increase. If it's 6, then
yeah,
Got one other question. What about something that we don't charge a fee for now, but we look at it, how would that be added in? And say example, stormwater management.
Well, that wouldn't be building, but I guess we would amend the bylaw.
We got to amend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think through the mayor to deputy mayor Wyans. So I think a lot of it is, although the bylaw says that it goes up by CPI every year, usually during budget time, we'll review the fees and services just to make sure that maybe something else has come up that the province has downloaded that we need to charge for. I think the ultimate goal is basically cost recovery, right, when it comes to our user fees. So we want to make sure that if somebody has a specific incident to their property or whatever, that they're paying that cost, not the actual ratepayers themselves. So we'll review this as part of our annual budget process.
Okay.
Okay, so any other questions? Everybody's had a chance to look it over? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, we have 3A, which was added to our agenda. Moved by Deputy Mayor Wyans, second by Councillor Bowman. Be resolved, the council recognizes that the Mainland Industrial Park has well-established 1,500 acres of industrial chemical cluster that consists of worldwide recognized chemical companies like Invista Canada and Evonik Industries. And the council acknowledges the Mainland Industrial Park as an opportunity for economic prosperity, job creation, and community development, which is essential to the vitality and growth of the township and Eastern Ontario. And the council supports waiving building permit fees, development charges, and providing an incremental tax program up to 5 years on properties for industrial uses. And that these approvals be governed by council based on related factors, including labor force, financial impact, housing requirements, and community impact. Okay, so, CA, do you want to speak to this a bit?
Yeah, certainly. So, as council is aware, we probably have one of the 2 in Ontario chemical parks of all Eastern Ontario. Certainly, if you drive by the Maitland Industrial Park at this time, there's a lot of vacant property there, which I think is an opportunity that the township needs to recognize. So as part of this resolution is we're looking to hopefully entice businesses to come to our area to provide development in our industrial park, create opportunities for job growth, our labor force, as well as housing. And I think something I've seen across other municipalities is the fact of waiving permit fees, waiving development charges, and looking at setting up some sort of a tax deferral program would entice businesses to come. Because I think a lot of businesses, the larger businesses that come to this area or anywhere, they already have a large capital upfront cost with the building and all that stuff. So they're looking for some concessions as far as allowing them to get a little bit further established before they start having to pay for taxes and stuff. So I think this is an opportunity for us at least to kind of maybe stand above other municipalities around us that have industrial properties. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions, council.
Any questions or anything? Okay, I call the question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, we have operations. Report 2024-029, moved by Councillor Page, seconded by Deputy Mayor Winans. Be resolved, the council authorizes the Chief Administration Officer to enter a purchase agreement with Equipment Sales and Service for a cost of $271,175 for HST and for a new front end loader. Okay, any comments, questions? I got, is that the real name of the equipment sales?
Equipment Sales and Service, they're in the Carp, Ottawa, Carp, Ontario, yes, yes.
Strange name.
Equipment Sales and Service,
And-
Carp Road.
And the loader, you know what I'm gonna ask, John?
So it's a Komatsu 270 WA. So it's equivalent to probably the same, close to the same size that we have already. The bucket is a little bit bigger, of course, and it is much, so one of the reasons why I picked the Komatsu was A, it's got power, and B, it's much more fuel, the fuel consumption is better than other loaders in the area that are competing it.
And thank you for that, and thank you for the picture too, because that
welcome.
helps a lot. But my question was, we're gonna sell the old one?
Well, I would like, so my biggest thing is I could sell it, but since we use our pit quite a bit for material coming in from our ditches, and we do have a stockpile in there, so sometimes when I have the brusher out, it's hard to load a truck to call the brusher in, so I would like to keep it. I don't have to keep it. I do have a backup for a backhoe. But yes, we do have a spare loader. I was hoping to keep it at the pit for that reason. Pushing up stockpiles, and we also have a stockpile in there for 5/8 whenever we need it.
Okay, well, I'll leave that with you and the CAO.
There we go.
But we did have a 7% tax increase. So, anyway, yeah.
So we'll review it and then we'll bring a report back to council with some options, with our recommended option at that time.
Okay. Just trying to look after the coppers. All right, any other questions? Call the question, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Yeah, it looks like a good piece of equipment. From equipment says,
And service.
and services. Yeah. Report 2024-030, moved by Deputy Mayor Wyden, seconded by Councillor Pate. Be resolved, the council authorizes the clerk to enter an agreement with Road Last Asphalt and Ceiling Maintenance Incorporated for 2024. And Mr. Stady gave us a report and another nice picture. So, any questions? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, next we have report 2024-031, moved by Councilor Page, seconded by Deputy Mayor Winans. Be resolved that council authorizes the clerk to enter an agreement with Provincial Road Markings Incorporated for the supply and application of line painting for the township. And any questions or anything? We didn't buy the truck, okay? We're just ready. Go ahead.
Just a question, John. Do you know if there's anything special in that paint? Or to keep your car in line, or is that just strictly GPS?
Well, I don't know if with the secret, if you buy a Tesla, they'll keep you in the lines. I don't know if there's some kind of sensors in there or not. I'm not sure, but all it is a water-based paint.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Roughly some kind of reflectivity or something.
And there is glass. Yes, there is glass. So when you apply the lines, of course, there is also glass beads in there for reflectivity. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. No, when I drove my daughter's car, and if there's no line, you can go over the center line, but if there's a line, the wheel starts to jerk, yeah. She's got an option on her car.
Yeah, my rental had auto steering, so I just put on auto steering and I could sit like this and it drives for you. It's kind of weird.
Well, what if there's no lines?
You're in the ditch.
On the road, yeah.
Any other questions? Call the question, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, planning and building services. And next we have the CBO report, moved by Deputy Mayor Wyden, seconded by Councillor Pate. Be resolved, the council received the building department activity report for February 2024 for information. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, Karen, do you think this is kind of low because people are waiting to see if the interest rates are gonna drop, or?
That could very well be.
Yeah, it seems to be like housing sales are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
They're waiting.
Yeah.
People are waiting to see if the interest rate's gonna drop and then they'll jump in. So it could be the same thing with this.
Definitely.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll call the question, all in favor? Carried. Good report. Does anybody have any notice of motions? See none? Bylaws? And moved by Councillor Page, seconded by Deputy Mayor Winans. Be resolved the bylaw number 3696-2024, being a bylaw to establish fees and charges to be collected by various municipal departments. Be read a first time, second time, and third time be enacted as read. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Announcements. Anybody have any announcements? Go ahead.
Yeah, the Ottawa Valley Farm Show starts tomorrow and it runs for 3 days. So tomorrow is 9 to 5, and the next day is 9 to 7, and then Thursday it's 9 to 4.
Does anybody, yes, go ahead.
Not really an announcement, but a thank you. I'd like to thank members of council and our CIO for attending the fire station last week, I think Thursday night, for the presentation of $23,000 check from our association to the municipality for the purchase, to assist with the purchase of our new electric extrication tools, or Jaws of Life as the public knows them. So thank you very much. It was a good showing by all of council and by our fire service as well. So thank you very much.
No, thank you for inviting us. I didn't see anything in the recorded times, but I don't hold my breath.
And they guaranteed me they would put it in, so I'm hoping for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, they think Roblox expensive though, so I don't know what to say. Yes.
Yeah, also, on March 16th, along with the fire department, there's gonna be a food drive at the Independent and Giant Tiger in Prescott. So any members of council that are available, I'm sure Rob can use help.
Thank you.
Now, tonight, I guess at the new arena in Prescott, they've got the emergency, are you guys participating in that, emergency services?
So through your worship, yes, there's an emergency service, South Grenville Emergency Services night at what do they call it now, the ACCC.
Yeah.
And it involved public skating with local firefighters, paramedics, police officers, as well as some hockey games attended with local youth. So I believe we're making up 6 teams, 3 teams made up of emergency services, 3 teams made up of youth. And they're going to play games. And then they're also going to have a skills competition. So, you know, I know we've got 4 firefighters in the hockey game. And then I know we've got some going to the skating as well. So.
Okay, good. No other announcements? Anyone? Mayor's breakfast, like I said, that was the only one that's, okay. Okay, any question? I don't know why I got that. Any questions on the agenda for the press? I don't think there's any press.
There isn't.
Any questions on the agenda items for the public? Laurie, do you have anything? Thank you for coming. Next, we're going to go into closed session. Section 239 Municipal Act 2001. I'm supposed to read it here, can't I? Moved by Councillor Bowman, second by Councillor Henry. Be resolved, the council move into a closed meeting at 6:35 p.m. As per Municipal Act, Chapter 25, Section 2001, Section 239, bracket 2, discuss proposed or pending dispositions of land by the municipality, industrial land disposition, and personal matters by identifiable individuals, reference volunteer recreation committee management processes. So, I'll call question, all in favor? Carried, thank you. All right, we take a couple minutes, 5 minutes. Moved by
The recording again?
Councilor Bowman, second by Councilor Henry. Be it resolved, the council met in closed session to discuss a proposed or pending disposition of land by the municipality. We took no action beyond receiving the information from staff. Is that correct? Is there two?
Yeah, there's gonna be two.
Yeah, this one I'm right.
Yes.
Yeah. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councilor Henry, seconded by Councilor Bowen, be resolved the council met a closed session to discuss personal matters about identifiable individuals, provide instructions to staff. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Moved by Councilor Bowman, second by Councilor Henry, be it resolved that bylaw number 3697, 2024, confirm the proceedings of council of the Township of Augusta at its meeting held on March 11, 2024. Be read first time, second time, third time, be enacted as read. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Moved by Councilor Henry, second by Councilor Bowman, be it resolved that this council do now adjourn at, I said that. 7:02 PM until March 25th, 24, at 6 o'clock PM, where the call the mayor subject to need. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So, I'll sign. Only 10.